There have been some challenges that have made people, investors, entrepreneurs, or landlords, as we fondly call them, property developers, to lessen the way they go into developing residential apartments. That's because the greatest challenge when it comes to real estate has always been that property owners or landlord, they find it difficult to get their money as at the due date from their tenants. And that is why if you walk into any courthouse, 70% of the cases you will see there are between landlords and tenants. Why? Tenants don't have the money to pay at the due date because all their life is not tailored into the priority of rent. The challenge of real estate is that property owners don't get their money as at the due date from tenants, and tenants are not able to meet up payment as at that due date. SHELTA says if we are managing your property, we can give you guaranteed rent at every due date, no stories, whether the tenant pays or not. In the other hand, tenants can now pay their rent flexibly because of our integration in the system. Do you know that if you divide your rent, let's assume your rent is ₦1 million or 500,000 naira, you divide it by 365 days, your rent per day is not even up to 3K. So the reason why you are not meeting up to your rent is not because you don't want to, but because there is no structure out of it. There is no option of flexible payment. This is what SHELTA gives. SHELTA gives you the landlord guaranteed rent, give you litigation cover, give you rent harmonization, your entire rental value in one box sum or in one due date. And to the tenant, give them the opportunity to pay flexibly. Everything I said now is what we have put in our system to give you this edge. If you link with us right now, we'll give you the solution and how it works. Then to people who are business minded, especially the agents, the realtors, there is a business that, do you know you can be making 2% anytime somebody pay rent, whether you are around or aware or not? Over 85% of Nigerians are currently living in a rented apartment, whether they are paying for themselves or someone is helping them pay. In other words, there is a big market in that place. Imagine you earning 2% when people pay their rent, or as a tenant, you are getting a discount of 2% from the overall rental value of the landlord's property. That is the business proposition we are willing to offer. My name is Wealth, and I am an innovative real estate consultant. Part of what I do is to tell people the innovations behind the systems and the kind of systems to use to be able to give you what you want, especially when it comes to real estate. So I want to guide you. Below or above this video now, you will see a link where you can connect with me and I tell you how to get started with SHELTA, whether as a landlord, as a tenant, or a business person, that is, if you are into real estate. So click the link below. Let's do business. I will be waiting to speak with you. Why not?